UFC Apex. What is this like for you? Like just being part of the UFC family, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think the weight of it is like when you walk into like the Apex and then you got guys like grabbing you from this direction and that direction and they're putting makeup and doing your hair and I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is so weird, man. and then they put me in a dark room and I'm getting better at interviews, but not that kind of interview. Well, you know,
It feels like a lot of pressure, right?
Tough.
Yeah, did you struggle through it?
I did not get them any content they wanted, probably.
When you're doing media stuff, you have to talk in like paragraphs.
Yeah.
But you have to be looking for
a soundbite.
5-second clips while you're talking. So you're thinking about like dropping those 5-second clips at the same time while you're still having to make sense for a whole paragraph, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll make it look cool.
Yeah.
But it was like, man, I was sitting here, I got the guys, it's dark with the light, and then there's like a post-it note I'm supposed to look at, and then I got the girl over here.
Yeah, and you're supposed to
questions,
talk
questions,
this way,
questions.
but the questions are coming, so you want to look at her.
And they were like rapid fire, and they were like, how are you dangerous? Like right after I finished the last one, I'm like, dangerous? How am I dangerous? I don't think about this too much, man. You know, like, I don't think about how dangerous I am that much. But
I would think you already believe you're at least like one of the best in the world in your weight class, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I feel pretty strong.
But then you get the rub off of a guy like Mika Galval. Like, what does that do for your confidence? Like, because now you know for sure.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
That you're right there.
I think I've always like kind of felt this. It's my passing that like somewhere between. I don't know what happened, man. It was like 3 years I tried to learn how to pass. I was getting somewhere a little bit before PGF. But then PGF passing didn't matter anymore, and it was just like it threw a wrench into like what I had been working on so much, you know. And then somewhere between PGF and ADCC, I really figured out how to pass, you know. And then I already could wrestle pretty well, and you know I know what to do if I get put on my back, but you know that's probably rare in a thing like ADCC and things like that. But yeah, I mean, confidence-wise, I feel like I could beat anybody, you know, if I have my, if I'm in good shape too, because that's another issue for me. It's like, you know, before PGF I was in Thailand, and how good a shape can you be in hanging out in Thailand?
How's your conditioning right now?
It's good, man. It's good. I never got out of shape after ADCC. Granted, I took a trip to Portugal, but I was training, I was running, I went to the gym and lifted. Those are things that I wasn't really doing in Thailand.
So looking at the Canuto match, this is your third matchup with him. First one at Kasai, questionable results, very close though, like hard to call either direction. He gets the nod. That was several years ago. You meet up just earlier this year at PGF, you're able to submit him. What does this matchup look like? Is it closer to the Kasai match, or is it closer to the PGF? Because these are two totally separate rule sets.
I hope not, because Kasai was exhausting. I remember after that match, I was trying to walk up the stairs, and my legs, I started walking on the tops of my feet because they were, you know what I mean? Like they were numb or something. It was so crazy, man. And yeah, that match was controversial, but it was like in the, you know, like I probably scored 2, right? I scored 2 IBJJF style, boom. Should have certainly been 2. And then the ref, I guess, felt bad because, so now I'm just like, I'm down by something, like a negative or something like that. Or 1 point for something, I don't know what it was. So then I'm like stressed and I'm taking bad shots and I'm like, you know, doing all this stuff I wouldn't normally do. And then he takes my back. And he should have gotten points for taking my back.
But they didn't award him.
But they didn't give it to him because they felt bad or something like that, probably, for not giving me the 2 earlier or something. But
that was a killer match, though, dude. That's one of the more entertaining matches that doesn't end in submission that you're ever going to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
I loved that matchup. I remember at the time, that was just like mind-blowing, you know.
Yeah.
And then the PGF match was great. But those rule sets are completely different.
Definitely.
Like, totally different. And then this rule set kind of almost mixes the two in some ways.
It does, yeah.
So,
I think this lends to like a little more playful on the PGF side, you know what I mean? Where it's not going to be like who can win every point and stay on top, you know what I mean? Things like that. My secret of being able to leg lock him is like a little more out, you know what I mean, with him now. So he's going to be watching for that a little closer, or maybe not pulling into those so easily and things like that and pulling out of those. So I might have to, shift plans a little bit and things like that. But
yeah, I mean, I think you showed at PGF, like, if you get into 50-50, and I think you've shown that for years and years. If you get into 50-50, it's like, who's going to, or you're going to win every time. You win that 50, when you make that quick turn back onto the heel hook, you win that every time. So it would be crazy for him to try to get in and play legs with you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Do you have any fear of tying up with him on the feet, though, at the collar tie? Because he throws that arm lock so fast.
I think with the amount of awareness I brought pre-Mika, like, I'm ready for anything there. I feel really good about those jumping arm bars and stuff like that now. Like, I've been training with Sattler, you know what I mean,
yeah,
too.
Dude,
so
he loves it.
I get used to those and things, but the amount of awareness that I've brought to it, thinking about Mika and things like that is, I think I'll be prepared for Renato.
Mika hits his way different, though.
His are off of overhooks, yeah.
And then
but I
just
think that those collar ties are way
cartwheel.
looser anyways, you know what I mean?
for
Like,
sure.
the overhook ones are way tighter, but a little bit harder, but he's able to, Mika's so flexible,
And he just commits so hard to, the turn. It's nuts. It's like he's doing a swim move from
for sure.
standing.
It is,
It's
yeah,
nuts.
it is.
It's not. It's a crazy lot to watch.
And, Renato's is a bit looser because it's that, that.
He almost throws it without connection. Like, you look at the one that he did against Mike John at PGF.
Yeah.
It's like Mike just, I don't even know if he made contact on the collar tie.
Yeah,
he just went here,
yeah.
and then he was gone. He just flew, and it was crazy. I was screaming like an
Yeah,
idiot. after
Canuto's
that.
fast, for sure. Very
Yeah.
dynamic. But
What's coming up next for you, dude? Like, obviously the Fight Pass Invitational, but what's coming up for your career? How old are you right now?
I turned 35 in 3 days.
So, still young.
Yeah, I mean, dude, watching the last UFC event, everybody was like 34 plus on the entire main card I was watching.
I think
this
Court
last one.
McGee, he was 106, I think they said. I don't know if that's true or not. I may be making that up.
Yeah, so,
even at
I got-
ADCC, though, like Lovato, Cyborg, Wagner.
and they really push it. They're like 40,
They're all like AARP, dude. I don't think that's accurate, but they're all over 40 for sure.
I don't want to. I don't know if I want to go too much longer. I think I'm loving it right now because there's so much cool things to do, and I'm having so much fun doing it.
And you're at the highest level you've ever been right
competing.
now. Too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I'm coasting off of wins from before and being able to do this stuff. Like, I'm actually getting better each time I compete, or show up and things like that. And so as long as I'm still getting better and I'm still having fun, I'm gonna keep doing it. But there's other things in life eventually, maybe.
Is there
Maybe
anything out there that you feel like you have to accomplish before you can hang it up, though?
Well, I thought it was ADCC Gold, but that one's getting just kind of annoying at this point, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I still think I'm a little disenfranchised with ADCC, but I still think ADCC Gold, and if Craig ever lets me on CJI again, that would be pretty cool.
Oh, he
win
will.
too. So.
He'll be happy for you switching teams, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You think so? You think that may be the move for? If he
they're
does
doing
CJI
it yearly
too?
now, right? So
That's the word on the street. I don't know how confirmed that is. I
Okay.
think he's still out on his walkabout, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, and you can't really do the best, both of them, if they're the same, maybe they're the same time frame, like September, October, or something like that. You can't do both to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
You need to go through a camp and peak at the right times and do all that stuff, you know what I mean, to really have the right, but I don't think he'll do it at the exact same weekend as ADCC.
Yeah, I think they're going to go off years. I mean, he may end up doing it every year, but I don't think they're going to try to I think he proved his point.
Yeah.
I don't think the whole objective was to burn ADCC down.
For sure.
The primary objective.
It wouldn't be good
I do
for
think
jiu-jitsu.
it was a secondary objective for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
And I mean, he got part of that done at least. He at least caused a fire at their house.
Definitely.
Draft is on the
Vegas.
3rd. Yep.
November 3rd. God.
205
Make it.
pounds.
I'm in Oregon.
One day,
Yeah, just come hang out.
the finals.
I know. I think I want to come by the end of the week or something. That'd be
dude.
really cool. Would you
Yeah.
let me like talk on a mic or anything like that?
100%,
Talk
whatever
shit?
you want.
I'm PJ the Butter Panther Barch. Catch me on UFC Fight Pass Invitational on Thursday against Renato Canuto.